Second hips back to heels. Your favorite variation of child pose is welcomed and encouraged. As always, is about finding variations of the poses that are going to work for your body today. And if I don't suggest them, but you know what you need and want, take it. That's okay. I can't see you. I won't be offended. All right. Yeah, start to breathe deep into the belly. Let go of the morning so far, any to-do list today. Just notice what you might be hanging on to in this moment. Sink into this moment with each breath. Maybe let out some sigh breaths. You can even gently rock the head from side to side. Good, next inhalation. Let's pop on up into tabletop pose. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. As you exhale, look towards the right hip, draw the hip towards the head. Inhale back through center. Exhale, look to left hip. Inhale. Exhale, really focus on pushing out through that rib cage on the opposite side that you're turning to. Do an awesome stretch through the obliques, through those side ribs. Start to open that spine in directions we usually, on a day-to-day basis, do not move it in. So ideally, you start to break up some tension, some hopefully not fusion, but we can have some fusion starting to build up between the vertebra. We'd like to avoid that. Again, one more time to each side. So next time you look towards the left hip, come on back through center. Pick your hands up. You can stand up on the knees or sit to the heels. Roll the wrists a few times in one direction and the other. Open, close the hands a few times. Good. Bring those hands back down to the mat. Grip the fingertips into the mat. Feel the knuckles ground down and the palm lifts a little. So there's a lot of purpose in these hands. They feel like suction cups, like little lizard hands connecting you to the floor. Now inhale, heart forward. Exhale, curl around to cat, look towards the belly. To get a little more out of this, pull. So you're not actually moving your hands, but you're just pulling hands towards knees, knees towards hands. You feel the pressure change. And then exhale, push the hands away. The knees draw back. You get a little more of a stretch in the pose. Hopefully you can feel that. Feels pretty good. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Two more. Next exhale, squeeze out all that air. Draw back to your neutral spine. Take the knees a little wider as the toes turn in. Inhale, right arm reaches. If you need to ease pressure on your wrist, come on your left fist. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, draw it through. Reach to the left. So draw under the armpit. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, stretch it across, reach. Good, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale, right arm up. And stretch it across. Good, come on back through center. Right hand or fist down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it under. So this is just getting that shoulder blade, upper back kind of moving, opening up for us. Hear that nice ujjayi breath if that's a part of your practice that feels comfortable. So that wave or ocean sound in the throat. But if it's really not, you're like, I don't know what that is. Just breathe naturally in and out of the nose. Try to take nice full breaths. One more time, stretch it across. And good, come on back through center. Spread your fingers nice and wide. So to tuck those toes and lift your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out through those feet, shake the head, yes, no. Any movement's fine here. So you can reach back towards ankle. You can take the feet wide, so reaching back to calf or ankle, depending on your proportions, and feel that shoulder, side body stretch. Good, and then start to walk your hands, your feet together, landing in your forward fold. I like to take my feet a little wider, especially on my first one of the day. A little nicer for those hamstrings. If you're pretty open for hamstrings, low back, you can walk your feet closer together. So bow into it. Feel the tension drain and release from the upper back. Gently shake the head, yes, no. Roll out through those shoulders. Grab for opposite elbow with opposite hand. Nice deep breaths. Deep inhale through nose. Long exhale out through the mouth. And 3 more breaths, let it aside if you'd like. Make sure you're not holding that head up at all. You're encouraging lengthen the spine. Letting go of that excess tension in the body. When you're done those 3, release arms down, slowly start to roll on up to standing. Feet hip width distance apart if they're not already there. Start to press those feet into the mat. And grip with the toes. Bend the knees a little. Turn your palms forward. Roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Yeah, and then same in the other direction. Fantastic. And actively pressing through those feet. Turn the palms forward. Hear the breath. Feel the breath. Drop down into the low belly. Might even feel some pressure in low back. As there's a softening as you inhale. Not a pushing out of the belly, but a softening of the torso. Exhale, gently hug from pelvic floor. Very light Kegel, and then navel to spine. Inhale, let that all go soft and let the breath spill in. Now exhale, hug up, in, push the breath out. Try that a few more times. That is called our abdominal breath, or our natural state of breathing. So we want to aim to be there more in our day-to-day lives. So we'll practice here. Make sure the legs are still nice and strong, glutes a little more relaxed. Good. Aim to keep this breath as best you can, and remind yourself to come back throughout the class. I'll do that as well for you. Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep those feet hip width apart. Reach the arms out in front of you. Sink the hips down and back, sitting into your chair. Good. Get lighter through the toes. Tilt your pelvis forward so there's length in that low back. Good. Keep arms parallel to floor. Really wrap the muscle around the bone of your arm. So keep your arms engaged is what I'm trying to see there. Good. Breathe on deep into it. You can draw the hips back further. Sink a little bit lower if you'd like. And then start to come forward onto your toes. Lift your heels. Make sure your hips are a little higher than the level of your knees. So see, they're not in line here. They're just a teeny bit higher. Yours might be even higher. Do your best. Better to be high through the toes than low through the hips in this variation. We're really working on the strength of our feet. Our balance, of course. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through heart. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Interlace fingers, cross thumbs, release index finger, Ardha Chandrasana. Feet hip width apart or together. Exhale, upper body to the left, hips to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, to the left. Inhale, rest. Exhale to the right. And continue. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in and out of the nose. And here and there throughout the practice, you might be letting out a sigh, long exhale through the mouth. That is okay. But majority of the breath in and out through nose. In our standing practice, if you do have that Ujjayi breath down, add it in at any time. Okay, next time you draw over to the left, come on back through center. Drop the hands behind you, sink down into the knees, soften through those shoulders a little. Come on back up. Reach up, take hold of the left wrist with right hand and draw over to the right. Pulling that arm up and over. Lift up out of the waist, press through those hips. Find that beautiful crescent moon shape. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back through center. Take hold of that right wrist up and over. Other side, you got that shoulder soft. Lift up out of the waist, nice strong core. Press through those hips. Breathe deep. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back through center. Release the arms down. Wiggle it out, roll it out. Be a little silly if you'd like. Awesome. All right, coming to stance. We're going to combine our chair pose with some eagle. We'll go to eagle pose. Chair pose is in it. Arms up. Good. Flip the right arm under left. Cross the elbows, wrap forearms, palms together, thumbs face to face. Or backs and hands together. If that's not available, you're really tight here. Hands to shoulders, relax your arms. Sit back down into your chair as low as you can get. Inhale, right leg high up over the left. Toes might hover above the floor. Squeeze thighs together. Toes might touch the floor for balance. Or wrap your toes behind the calf. Good. So you're either here with your arms as they are or interlacing. Breathe steady. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, float left arm under right. Cross elbows, wrap forearms, palms together. So when you get that momentum, it gets a little easier. So whoop, you do that. Add in the whoop if you want. Sink down nice and low. Modified arms if needed. Bring that right leg, or left leg, excuse me, high up over the right. Really squeeze the thighs together. Wrap your toes around the calf if available. Maybe you need help with balance, toes lightly to the earth. Whatever option you're in, squeeze thighs together. Press your forearms forward if you have the arms wrapped up like ropes. Squeeze the arms in towards one another and the legs. Stack shoulders over hips. We're taking a nice tall eagle today. If you fall out, come on back in. Breathe on deep. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Slow it down. Deep breath here. Awesome. We're gonna float a squat pose a few times. So I haven't done this, I don't think, since last spring with y'all. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bow. Toes turn out, sink into squat. Press through the feet, inhale, reach up. Exhale. Good. If for some reason joints are just not overly happy with this, you don't have to go quite as low. You can sink down, turn your toes parallel, your feet parallel, sink into chair and rise back up. That would be your modification. If you're feeling good to go all the way down, you can keep feet parallel in squat. For me, my alignment of hips, toes out feels best. So up to you. Keep going. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Good. Last one. Exhale, draw down and stay in that squat now. If squat is too much for the joints again, you'll stand forward fold. So just lift hips up and bow into forward fold. You can take ragdoll, grab for the elbows. Hands can be to the floor. And find your breath. Or hands can be to heart center, pressing wide into the knees with your elbows. So the elbows press knees wide. That's probably a better way to say that. Keep sinking the hips down towards the earth. Pull the chest towards your hands. Drop the heels towards the mat. Such a good pose for digestion, for releasing low back tension, opening hips, knees, ankles. Feel that awesome stretch in the Achilles. For some, it prevents and heals shin splints. So if you're a runner, that's good news. Good. Keep that steady breath. And we're going to take 5 more deep inhales and exhales. Feel the inhale, draw into the belly, maybe a little bit of pressure down in pelvic floor, pelvic diaphragm. Exhale, gently hug up from pelvic floor, navel to spine. Same breath we did standing. Here you might be able to feel it more. Squeeze up and in as you exhale. Inhale, soften the torso, the belly, the back. Good. When you're done those 5 breaths, stay longer if you're wanting to. It's totally fine. Come on out. Tap your feet on the earth. Sit back on the heels if that feels okay. If not, keep tapping those feet. Either sit back to feel a bit more of a stretch in the opposite side of the ankle, or lean back, lift your knees up to get the core involved. You're going to hug in through the belly, take hands to the heart, leaning back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beauty. Come on forward. Bring your knees so they can either be hip width apart for a melted heart or puppy pose, or the knees can be wide. Play with what option is best. Hips are staying high. Most of you know this one. Hips stay high. Forehead to the floor, or one side of the head to the floor that squishes your nose. If your neck is really open, chin to the mat. But please, by no means, strain the neck to get in that option. So hips and knees are pretty much stacked. I just noticed my hips are back a little too far. You want to bring your hips forward, and then that brings more of an opening, so pressure into the upper back chest to get into that nice back bend sensation, opening thoracic spine. Melted heart pose. You want to feel that heart melt towards the earth. Don't hold up through the chest or You'll push into the arms, relax the chest towards the mat. Breathe deep. Another option with the arms is you take the hands palm to palm behind the head. Fingertips point towards the ceiling. You feel a little bit more of a stretch through the backs of your arms there, through your triceps. Which can be really nice if you've been doing a lot of flow classes, a lot of chaturangas. The triceps get used a lot there. Good, now just settle in and breathe. Surrender any heaviness, any anxiety, tension in and around that chest, that upper back. Let it all go here. Or just ask it to release a little bit for you today. Good, 3 to 5 more breaths as you are. And when you're done those few breaths, start to mindfully make your way back. Turning onto the back. Hug your knees into the chest, rock from side to side. We'll give a few options for this inversion pose. Dead bug is one. Gentle bend in the knees, the elbows. Gently engage your core, press your back into the mat. Modified shoulder stand. Draw your hands under your low back, your sacrum, right above the glutes there, and extend your legs up straight. You can do that with a block too, under the sacrum if you have it handy. Or we can go up into full shoulder stand. I will caution you, I don't want you to have any neck issues and attempt this pose. Or if you have detached retina, it's never suggested to do a shoulder stand, headstand, handstand. Okay, walk your shoulder blades underneath you. Bring your hands, arms, forearms under the back. Right, we're gonna use momentum for this one, which is the easiest way to get up. Sweep the legs up, use the core, rise up, catch your back, walk your hands towards your shoulder blades. Good. And you find a straight line ideally from the heels to the knees to the hips to the shoulders, but it could look a little more like this as you develop the core, so a little piped, that's okay. Just do your best to hug through the belly, almost like you're coming to standing, but your shoulders are your feet. So you press them through the feet, and the crown of the head is your toes. You reach them up high, where your heels could reach. So you can stay here. Breathe a few more breaths, stay as long as you'd like. If you're like, okay, I did that, Laura, ready to come out, you just pike your legs behind you, right? Slowly roll down. If there's a lot of sensation in your back, hug your knees to the chest, rock from side to side. Yeah, it kind of clears up the cobwebs in the brain, I find. A stronger inversion. Alrighty. So, Savasana. If you want resting pose, you need support for the low back. Take the feet wide and your knees touch. Or you can extend the legs straight out on the floor. Let your toes slap to the sides. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. Maybe a few side breaths. And then feel your whole body surrender into the earth. Go trying and doing, and soften into the state of being. Tongue releases away from the roof of the mouth. Teeth are slightly separated, lips gently closed. Feel that jaw relax, the muscles of the face soften, the eye sockets relax. So all expression leaves the face. Notice if you're kind of squinting or furrowing that brow, let it go. And then soften just a little bit more. Basking in the stillness. And if any distraction, internal, external, or the sound of my voice, if that pops up, move it through you, it becomes part of this meditative state. You become the calm in the eye of the storm. You can continue to stay and rest if you like and you have that time and space today. Get ready to move on after this awesome 30-minute yoga. Let's give it a stretch. To rock a little side to side with that head. Hug your knees to the chest and roll to one side in the fetal position. Press into the top hand and work your way into a comfortable seat. Gather the hands palm to palm at heart center. Long spine, soft shoulders. Do you have an intention for your day ahead? Let that intent, whatever it might be, it could be to connect with good people, to have a calm day, to get through at least 3 things on your to-do list, whatever it is, set the intent and then let it go. Stop trying to control every aspect of your life. And then notice what shows up. Have an awesome day. Namaste.